Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel. Thank you so much if you have tuned into my video earlier today. Now, I am in town, as I said at the end of my last video. Now, the reason for that is because I went to book my holiday to Sevilla. So that's booked, and I'm going there in September, the international break. So I'm very excited for that. Going to go there, Cadiz and Cordoba. But I thought before I go home, I may as well come to a spot in the city centre that is a massive bone of contention and has received vociferous opposition to a proposed new stadium that will replace our beloved St James's Park, which is right over my shoulder here. Yes, I'm in Leazes Park. Now, this park, as we know, has been here since the 23rd of December 1873. It was funded by taxpayers' money back then in the 19th century. The city's residents signed a petition, 3,000 of them, saying they wanted a place for like leisure and recreation. So this was opened. Now, I'm not going to stand here and say I dislike this place. This place is beautiful. Now, if you can hear that over my shoulder, that's Sam Fender on the night. Obviously, he's not on at the moment. It's 6 p.m. But that's his warm-up act. So I am looking forward to that. I am there tomorrow. We're out from about 3 p.m. But anyway, back to stadium news. But that's a good thing that's happened, actually, because obviously we want a stadium, a state-of-the-art one, a future one that can be multi-purpose. We've seen what's happened with the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They have NFL, they have concerts on there. Obviously, St James's is being used for that in some respects at the moment. We've got obviously Sam Fender on the night, Thursday night and tomorrow. And then it's used obviously for the Lasses games, Becky Langley's team, and then we'll have Magic Weekend. So it is good that St James is being used in that way, but let's be honest, when you're in there, especially if you're at every match like I am, I'm fortunate to be a season ticket holder, but it is looking dated, and that's one of the reasons I feel that we should be moving. Now look, I am empathetic. I don't think, oh, just pull the drawbridge up and don't let anyone else come into St James's Park. I'm in there, so I don't care about anyone else. I'm not like that. I don't think that just because I'm in there, sod the rest. I know we have to move with the times, and yes, it has been earmarked that he has the ideal location, because Leazes Terrace, you can see it just there, running right there. It's grade 1 listed, and that's just one of many issues with expanding St James's Park. Obviously, Leazes Terrace, you can't expand the east stand. Obviously, there's the issue with getting natural light into it. You can't just pull it down. I mean, in a way, you can get around grade listed buildings, but it's a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy, so you don't want to be going through that. It'll take years. And then obviously the Gallagher end over the other side, well, that's an emergency access road for the RVI just there, and the ambulances need to be able to get through. And I know people say, oh, just stick a tunnel over it so it can go through, but all of us aren't engineers. Like, will that work? It could, but I don't know. I'm not going to stand here and say, oh, that's an easy solution. I don't know. Structurally, it might be possible, but I don't know the first thing about that, so I'm not going to pretend I do. So that's where the issues, the snags with it expanding St James's Park, and coming in here seems like the ideal solution. Obviously, you've talked about the arena site where the utility is, but that's just so far out the way, and we'll lose that match day feel. Because what's unique about St James's Park, and just see the cantilevers there, I think, just over the trees, right there. It's its location. It's right in the heart of the city centre. It's elevated. You can see it from everywhere in the city when you come in, whether that's Scotswood Road, over the Red Youth, if you're coming from Biker or Walkaway on City Road, or you're coming down Great North Road just up there from Gossey. And they've said, obviously, if the stadium's built here, well, that's what's discussed in the media, not the club, I'll just say. They want to elevate it, so it'll be so many meters, I can't remember what it was exactly, but above stack. So it means it'll still keep its central location in the city. You can still see it from everywhere. And obviously, building a super stadium would be great. And I use the word super stadium because Rachel Locke, the Save Newcastle campaigner, she said that a public space, a recreational space with wildlife, hedgerows, scrub for birds, insects and bats shouldn't be ripped up for a Saudi super stadium, and she wants a public referendum held. Obviously the council, this video is not going to be political. I'm not like that. I'm not saying anything in terms of that. I'm just quoting what's being said in the media. And Councillor Greenhoff, the Labour councillor, has obviously said that they can't back this petition for a referendum because we don't even know the club's intentions yet, let alone planning permission being submitted. Obviously, the local journalists have all said that news is apparently imminent, coming sometime the end of this month or the summer, about the new stadium news, and the sooner the better, really, so we know where we all stand. Because I do believe we should move, but I'll tell you this, my day job is in agriculture, that industry, and I do totally understand Rachel Locke's comments. She's not wrong, because hedgerows, I'll just say this, you're not allowed to cut hedgerows by law. That's farmers or anyone who's responsible for a hedgerow between the months of March and August. Now, when it comes to September to February, you can cut them because it's the winter months. Birds obviously go off and migrate. But hedgerows are corridors for insects and birds, and they provide much needed food in terms of fruit. And obviously they can make the nests in there when the hedgerows are grown in the summer. So they are important, and also they're good in terms of carbon sequestration. Because if you pull a hedgerow up, it lifts all the carbon out the ground and then it goes off into the atmosphere, and none of us want that. So what she says in terms of that is correct, and I'm not going against that. She makes some very good points. But if I'm being honest, in terms of the city, when it comes to a new stadium, I am for it. I do want that because we know the bigger picture going forward is we all want to increase the revenue and everything. And while this is a beautiful spot, the thing is, you've got to try and find ways to circumvent PSR, and obviously increasing the capacity, making a multi-purpose venue, modern, state-of-the-art, getting all the fans in, to go with all the merchandise that rolls off the shelves, which seems like every month at the moment, let alone every year. Obviously the new tops out at the moment, you've got all the Sam Fender sponsored Toon Clobber. So you've got to explore every avenue so the club can grow on the pitch and off it. And a new stadium will bring with it new sponsorships around the stands. Obviously, you could maybe sponsor the stadium. Obviously, it's not going to be like the Ashley days where he named it. That was disgusting. We hated that, but that's because also another thing with that was he didn't put any money back into the clubs. But obviously we know all the money will go back into the club to make it as successful as it can be. As Yasser came round past her at Wembley and went, this is the first. That's just the first. We've got all the room for sponsorships, and not just the stadium as well, but that'll unlock the door for sponsorships in terms of training kit, training ground, everything like that. But the stadium would just be the start. But I think at the moment, the delay on that is obviously being, we're waiting to see what happens with the Manchester City case. It was meant to come out in March, but obviously we're still waiting. These things always drag on. But I think the club are waiting to not commit to anything. I know they could do 12-month deals, but if you do a 12-month deal and then it's released saying you can get any sponsorship you like for any value, then the club will obviously fall behind on that and not get the best rate if they're stuck in a contract. So I can understand them obviously biding the time until that comes out. But yeah, I just wanted to go into that a little bit more. Obviously the council can't do anything with the petition. Rumours all out of Mackems have signed it. I'm not saying they haven't. I've seen it on X myself, Mackem pages sharing them, especially Deluded World of RTG, saying, oh, I've signed it, anything to oppose them. But that's because they're always in with shadow, always have been. They'll never be bigger than, well, they'll never have more trophies and they'll never be in Europe in my lifetime. So I can understand them being against it, but I'm in favour of the new stadium. Despite this place being absolutely stunning and beautiful, you've got to look ahead to the future. And I think the club are mindful of the fact that ripping up a green space would cause a lot of issues and that, not just carbon or in terms of wildlife, but I also feel that there'd be a regeneration campaign. So obviously, if they put the stadium here, moving it back a little bit, the stadium will obviously take precedence here, and then we'll get another green space elsewhere. So I don't think that the club are just going to go, we're ripping it up, and then it's not being put elsewhere. They do care. I think they do. But yeah, we just need to wait and hear off this news. But I just wanted to come here and discuss that a bit, because obviously it is right in the points you raised in terms of wildlife, but also we've got to think to the future. And let's be honest, councils, we do know, it is publicly known that they are cash strapped. And if the Saudis offer a cheque, and obviously that won't come back on the club, it's going to be a blank cheque, it's a once in a lifetime thing, the chance to go, here's the money to build on this space, and here's extra money to put the green space elsewhere, I think it's a win-win. So no matter how many people are against the stadium going here, if indeed it happens, again, it's all conjecture. We don't know yet until the club release their intentions. This might be all for nothing, but there'll be a lot more people in favour of it than they are against, because I've been through town today getting my holiday booked, and I've had a nice pint at the Hotspur, and everywhere you go, it's black and white. It's just been an absolutely fantastic day, and yeah, it's getting a lot louder now from Sam Fender's warm-up act, but that's what I mean. It won't just be Sam Fender going forward though. There'll be so much potential that the new stadium could unlock. And the main thing is, obviously St James's being there, I love the place, it's been all I've known, but the fact the stadium's moving back a bit, it won't lose the city centre feel, it'll keep its elevated position, you can see from everywhere, and it means we're still close to the 174 bars, whatever it is. No places like St James's, let alone for an away day, but for a home game. So again, I understand both sides of the argument, but for me, yes, I'm a season ticket holder. I'm trying to look at it objectively, but I am in favour of the stadium being here, if that is the case. But look, I've just got to show you this before I wrap this video up. Just how beautiful it does look from here. I'll just get over here. I mean, we've all seen it a million times, but hang on. I'll just get over here. Just that. That would be a sight I'd miss, but soon you would get used to the new stadium. I feel you will. I love this place with all my heart. It's honestly probably my favourite place in the world. It's the best place on earth. I absolutely love it. I love my club, I love my team, and looking to the future, we've just got to do that. That's my opinion. I fully back the club's decision, and like I've said, I don't think it's going to be the arena site. It's too out the way. It's not going to be in Great Park. There's nothing around there in terms of transport links. The only bus I know you can get up to Great Park is when I used to go to a barber up there who I knew, me and my mate Liam, and we got the 46 to Featherstone Grove. That's the only bus I really know that goes up that way, or the Q3, but that's not enough for me. There's nothing there. And obviously they've mentioned the airport, again, too out the way. With the aviation nearby, that's really not going to happen. And we'll wait and see what happens, but we need to find out what that'll be, obviously, when the club release their intentions. Now, just before I'm done, I'm just going to walk down here and just get a couple of shots on my camera. I'll be back in 2 moments and I'll wrap this video up. Now, as you can see, obviously these stand, it's been here since the 70s, this stand. It's just impossible to build on here because of Leazes Terrace right there. It's just not going to happen. So that's one reason why new stadiums are a must, because I'd love to expand St James's on all 4 sides, but it's impossible. Look at everyone here for Fender though. It's beautiful, it's brilliant. Even down here. There's my turnstiles for a match day. I can't wait to be back there in August. Look how many are around though. Just to see it black and white. Honestly, you'd think it was a match day. It's absolutely fantastic to see. Anyway, I'm going to go down to the Gallagher to show you what else I mean. Right, just on Strawberry Place. So, as you can see here, obviously we'd love to expand the Gallagher, but RVI is up that way. Strawberry Place is here, so an expansion would be impossible because this is an access road for the emergency service vehicles going to the RVI. So a stadium expansion would be impossible. Now, I was sitting there and I'd love to see it happen, but yeah, it's not going to. By the way, it's like a carnival today. This is why we need to sign João Pedro, as I said, because we get João Pedro, it'll add Bruno and Joe Linton, it'll just be the ultimate carnival atmosphere. But yes, Shiraz is packed as well, but I am going to Tilly's. My lass has said she's there, so I'm going to meet her there for a drink. So that's it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching from a carnival atmosphere tune. I can't wait for Fender tomorrow night. But for now, thank you for watching both videos today. Take care. See you on the next one next week when the fixtures are released. Bye for now.